My name is Gabriel, but you can call me the Moon Minister as well. And I am here to talk to you guys about this lovely full moon that we're having, the first full moon of 2026. I know this is definitely different than how I normally do it. You guys, I did not have the time to just edit and put out another video and do it that style. And with me having this full moon directly on my sun and how I present myself, it was bound for something to play out. I've been sick all week as well too, and so if you hear me sniffling through this, that's why. But and I have my notes too, you guys. I'm an Aquarius rising with my Mercury in Gemini, so I'm a note taker, else I'll go off in a tangent. But welcome, you guys. Welcome to the year of 2026. I know some people celebrate their new year in April, and that is fine. I do both. I like to celebrate not only the one of the collective, but also the original. But the one of the collective, it has more potent power because we write this down. We incorporate 2026 into our daily lives. A lot of people do, people by the millions. So it has its own power. And 2026 is the year of numerology of number one. So it's a restart, a year of leadership. And what better way to start it off with a Cancer full moon at 13 degrees? 13 degrees has definitely has representation or ties to Aries and number one and leadership and action, start and risk, entrepreneurship, individuality. We have this Aries, we have this Cancer full moon going on, and full moons are illuminations that you can feel a week before, the day of, a week after, even 6 months. It's full moons are a cycle. Moons, period, are a cycle. So this full moon in particular is tied to the Lion's Gate window, that area in August, between July to August. So if you have been manifesting anything in your life during that time, you could definitely see it come to, oh, do I have someone? Oh, hi. Oh, cool. Hello, people. You could definitely be seeing things that you manifested during that time come to light during this full moon. This full moon, just because it's happened today, does not mean that, you know, it won't be playing out. Like, you could still be feeling the effects of this full moon a week after. So, yeah, let's get into it. Full moons are a time of harvest, of reaping, of action, of completion. And then with it being in Cancer, it's like a coming home energy. What is everybody saying? I did too. Okay. I'm reading what people are saying. Okay. So I got my notes. I don't want to go off on a tangent, y'all. Um, where was I at? Okay, so this full moon particular, as a collective, we could definitely be feeling just a sense of innerness, of home, of family, of coming together, of some people gonna be feeling the opposite, mind you. Full moons affect us all differently. So some people could be feeling that energy, some people could be feeling the opposite, some people could be feeling in between. So people could be traveling home or starting new things in their own home or starting new things within their inner selves, starting new sacred places. I know I seen online some guy was talking about building his own temple, and this energy is just huge for that. Having your own temple, the body is a temple. That type of energy is huge for what's going on right now. And really taking charge of yourself, your inner body. This is definitely a time where people could be doing new things in their hometown or seeing new things playing out in their hometown, in their countries as well, especially America, because America has its natal sun at Cancer 13 degrees. So we could definitely be seeing themes play out in America where people are speaking about home, speaking about women, womanhood, motherhood, and the feminine aspect. We could also be seeing themes of realtors, nurturers, people who work in like healing industries or who are just natural healers, those type of themes, those type of people speaking out or starting something new or taking action in something, or even fights, chaos and arguments or battles between healers. Ironically, healers are known for people to, and it's funny because what are the monks? I've seen Christians, which is a traditional religion, getting mad at the monks, calling them demonic because they feel as though their way is the only way. Mind you, that's tied to this energy on a low vibrational, energetic way of seeing your certain faith, something you've been traditionally doing, as the only way and being so strong held on it. And there's just been this back and forth between the spiritual community and the Christians on the monks basically walking for peace, walking for unity to raise awareness on that. So I found that to be interesting. But the 13 degree is an Aries degree, which is tied to battles. So that was bound to be playing out during this time. We could also see a lot of things about themes about independence in the home, independence and love and parenting. Maybe people are like stepping away from the way that they were raised or the way that their parents or their parents' were raised. We could see themes of that, or we could see themes of people nitpicking or taking things that worked from their parents and incorporating that in their daily lives and maybe starting their own new traditions. We could definitely be seeing themes of like new things starting at home. I know I had a knock on the door about some home renovations, not home renovations, but stuff when it came to our roof needed to be fixed. I didn't expect that to happen, but people can be seeing themes where something is going on with their home or within their hometowns or people that they know or that they've grown up with, especially like early childhood, people that you've grown up with. This is definitely a time where we can see people starting new things in a home, like entrepreneurship, working from home, looking into jobs from working from home. We could definitely see working from home jobs like more boost in it, more companies trying to incorporate it, or we could see the opposite end where we have companies that are sending people, telling people that y'all need to come back into the office. There is no more doing things from home. We could definitely see themes of that. We could see themes of nurses, people who are just like in the field of nurturing people, midwives, especially midwives, more independent work, advertising themselves, getting themselves out there, risk in those type of industries. More talks about grandmothers and just seeing themes of grandmothers. I know myself, today is my great grandmother's birthday, and then tomorrow is my grandmother's birthday. So I have a lot of grandmothers who were born around this time. So we could all just be seeing these type of themes where maybe your grandmother is calling you up and you're talking about her or you're thinking about her, especially with Jupiter currently in Cancer right now, and Jupiter rules that themes of wise. And when it comes to, well, currently right now the moon is conjunct Jupiter, but when it comes to the moon and its orbs, in ancient astrology, the moon has a 13 to 18 orb. So it, even at 13 degrees, is still conjuncting Jupiter in Cancer at 20 degrees retrograde right now. So they're literally coming together. And we could definitely see themes of the wise grandmother giving out advice, or even if you're not old, feeling like you're giving out wise advice. People stepping into those matriarchs level, especially in their family, especially if like the older women in your family have passed or have moved on. We could definitely be seeing themes of where our generation, my generation, the 90s, are stepping up and becoming the new matriarchs of the family. Themes of security, wanting more security in their home security and that type of theme, or just securing yourself, being more stable. Themes of privacy, wanting to keep private, or I know I've been feeling that too with especially with this lunation up on my natal sun, just wanting to keep public things private or to myself, keep it more sacred, you know, because Cancer does rule things of like sacred places and sanctuaries, those type of things. We could definitely be seeing more things, people taking charge of their bodies, of their inner world, their inner thoughts, experiencing themes where like people are working out, working up on their body, especially with the Aries, and taking action when it comes to themselves or their bodies. Themes of people feeling more passionate, risk. Now, the Sabian symbol for Cancer at 13 degrees is a very old man facing a vast space of darkness towards the northeast. Now, that definitely to me has meanings of like longevity and perspective, meanings of wisdom, spiritualism, having to come so far and being able to look back on the journey, themes of that. Themes of, what else I wrote down, you guys? Themes of wisdom that's been gained over time, especially themes of like time with the old man looking back at, or even looking forward, especially a vast space of emptiness, of something like you can build up on, especially envisioning things that you can build up on when it comes to this empty space, looking into the future, seeing things where like you can build for the future, especially with the sun being in Capricorn during this time. And we have the sun conjunct Venus and Mars during this time. Mars is at 14 degrees and then Venus is at 12 degrees. So just a whole cluster of stability, of wanting to build off of something, build something better, something beautiful, and taking action and wanting to build something, and having challenges around that because it will be opposing this full moon. Challenges like, oh, you see something and maybe it takes a little bit longer, it takes more time than you thought it would take to build this thing, or that there might be restrictions around building it, but still getting it done, it being fated and destined to be done, to be taken place, to be taken charge. This full moon is particularly super special because it is conjunct the spiritual star Sirius. That star in itself is also represented as like the dog star. It has ties to ancient Egypt and ties to spiritualism, to fame, to beauty, to abundance, ties to the Lionsgate portal. That's why I spoke about that in the beginning, that if you've been manifesting during that time in August, something during the Lionsgate, you could definitely be seeing it come to completion, come to light, or be building on it within the next 6 months when we get into Cancer season. So This is still, especially during a full moon, a high time to be manifesting, to be incorporating more magic into your life, as far as writing things out, speaking things into existence, taking actions upon the things that you are manifesting as well. You know, you can't just, have it in your head. You got to write it out. You have to get it out. You have to take action on these things, especially when it comes to Sirius. That star don't play. It want to see you work. It want to see you move. It want to see you get to it in order for you to receive the abundance, the overflow. It has ties to the Nile River up in Egypt of overflowing and of abundance, but it's going to take that work, that building, that coming together of civilization, or coming together as a team in order to build and create something bigger and better, and that's going to last and for the long run. This particular full moon is extremely fated and destined because it will be trining the north node at, I believe it's in Pisces, 12 degrees, and then it's going to be sextiling the south node that is in Virgo, 12 degrees. So it's going to be making these beautiful aspects. A trine is a perfect, smooth, jilted, don't have to do anything, it just naturally flows in type of energy. And then a sextile is taking the action, but the action being supported. So this is a fated time to be releasing things that no longer serve us, and following through and flowing into things that empower us, things that are miracle likes. Pisces rules miracles. It rules endings of subconscious patterns and things that have plagued us in other experiences, or internationally, or things that we are empathetic on, and things that we are blessed with, especially things that subconsciously you've been thinking about. We could definitely be seeing these type of themes, fated, destined themes play out all around us. I know I seen some, especially scrolling down my timeline yesterday and today, seeing just beautiful encounters that people have had, even with famous people. And I'm like, that's so this star, to run into an entertainer during this time, and then someone be able to play your music or see your art or something like that. It's such a fated time for these type of things to play out. And I love to see, just how connected we really are to the stars, and how it's playing out in our individual lives. Now that I've spoke on that, let's get into who's going to be most affected by this full moon. That's off top, definitely going to be the Cancers. People with Cancer placements are going to be most affected. People who have Capricorn placements are going to be most affected. People who have Libra placements and Aries placements. Now, if you have Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, or Libra between 10 to 16 degrees, this full moon is about you. This is your full moon. This is your time. This is your illumination, your build up energy. You could definitely be seeing things play out during this time in your life, and feeling things during this time, feeling emotional, or just feeling things during this time. Themes that could be playing out right now up until Cancer season as well. Another set of signs that are going to be impacted by this energy are going to be the Pisces and the Scorpios, specifically between 10 to 16 degrees, because you guys will be experiencing a trine to this full moon, especially the Pisces people between 10 to 16 degrees, because you guys are very close to the the North Node right now, being in Pisces. So you guys could definitely be seeing fated, destined things play out in your life during this time that really shake you for the better, or that feel tough right now, but ultimately you look back and you're like, that was a season that I needed. Now, before I get into the horoscopes, I wrote them all out. Normally, when it comes to the horoscopes, I just like I know I'll write down like the house, and then I'll just go off the top of my head. But since this is alive and I don't want to have so much pausing and thinking of, all that other stuff, because like I said, y'all, I am an Aquarius rising, and I have my Mercury in Gemini, and they trine each other. So like I can literally go off and just keep going, or just be in my mind and zone out sometimes and be in my own world. So I have this stuff written down, and my horoscopes are based off of Western tropical astrology. I'm a Western woman. That's just what I'm most comfortable with. I believe there is power in all forms of astrology, but like I said, that's just what I'm most comfortable with. So that is what my horoscopes are based off of. And I recommend that you listen out for your rising, your sun, and your moon. Specifically, rising and moon, but your sun sign is very important. It's one of the first signs that we discover. So I recommend listening out for all three to get a full grasp of how you are experiencing this full moon. So now, with that being said, let's get into Aries. Aries, you're going to be experiencing this full moon in your fourth house. So you could be seeing newness happen with your mom, your grandmother, your mothers, and motherhood type of industries or in ways, especially if you're a mother yourself, you could be having something new play out for your life. Or if you're not a mother, you could be becoming a mother, or you have someone who's close in your life that is becoming a mother, and you get to share that experience with them. Themes of like family members coming. You could even be having fights with family during this time, especially at the 13th degree battles. You could be healing certain themes with family. You could be making money from home, having new things happen in the home, renovations in your home, moving from your home to a new home, setting up a new home security, or just setting up something new in your home, or building something within your family or your family structure. Maybe you're building a non-conventional family, or a family that others don't like or so, but it's a family to you. This could be a time where you're wanting to keep private. You're, securing yourself. You are creating a sacred space for yourself, your inner world. You could be focusing on your body, exercising during this time. You could be eating a lot during this time as well, and just nurturing yourself, especially like if your parents, if you feel as though your parents weren't what you needed, sorry y'all, you could be reparenting yourself right now. You could definitely be feeling emotional about anything during this time. You could be, especially if you're single during this time, you could be meeting someone in your hometown, or if you are already in a relationship, you and your partner could be doing something new within the hometown. You and your partner could be getting closer or healing through something during this time. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. You could definitely just be in your feelings during this time, in your inner world, and overall just really coming into self during this time, healing your body. This is the fourth house rules things of the inner world. It rules things of your parents and parenting overall. And like I already said, you could be like just reparenting yourself, or if you're already a parent, you're finding new forms of how you want to parent your child. You could be parenting them in a more sacred way, one that aligns with your truth and who you are, and that brings super healing to you. So yeah, happy full moon, Aries. Next sign I'm going to get into is Taurus. Taurus, you're going to be experiencing this full moon in your third house. So you could be seeing things play out on social media, especially you could be seeing like healers on social media. You could be scrolling down social media, see something and it heals you in a certain type of way, or you could read something and it heals you in a certain type of way. I finally have a channel I can go to. Oh, okay then. Satan. I like that name though. Reading that, okay. Reading stuff from the live. Look at me reading from social media. You could be reading during this time as well. Doing new things on social media too. You could definitely be having new news come at you. New news around nurturing, around Cancerian themes play out. Rapid news, fast news come at you. News about family members, news about your home. Sharing these type of news, having conversations with family members, with nurturing type of people, with healing type of people. If you are the healer, you could be having people just come up to you and talk to you and wanting to receive that healing energy, or you could just be walking down the street, and especially somewhere in your local neighborhood or something, and you speak to a random person and you guys have just such a healing conversation that was needed for the soul to have. You could be seeing things play out in your neighborhood with your neighbors. Things play out with your siblings, cousins, uncles, nieces, nephews. You could be thinking about a lot of things during this time. Themes around skills, around courses playing out. Themes around cars, fixing up your car during this time, fixing up a phone. You could be going on a short travel, maybe a road trip to your hometown or some place that feels like home to you, or you could be planning these themes. You could be writing and reading more during this time. You could definitely be making money online, or thinking about making money online, or finding ways to make money online or within your local environment. So like maybe get a job around the corner, or some place that's super close, or a place that you may have to drive a short, maybe it's like 45 minutes, so it's not that short, but it's a drive, but it's worth the pay. You could also, especially like something in another neighborhood, that type of thing. You could also be meeting new people in other type of neighborhoods, and especially if you're single. And if you are with someone, you and your partner could be adventuring out, taking a short travel to other neighborhoods to chill, to hang out, and and speaking about new things, especially things when it comes to like your early childhood, your early education, and especially about things about how like you process information, how you process things, how you think about things during this time. The third house rules themes of like the mind, and some people say it's like a junk drawer of multiple things that could be playing out. So you could be feeling just busy during this time, especially with Aries, that 13 degree, being in Cancer, busy in the home, in the hometown, in your inner mind, in your inner world, or the things that are playing out in your inner world are making you busy. Overall, this is a fruitful time for those endeavors for you, Taurus. So happy full moon, Taurus. Next, we have Geminis. Geminis, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your second house of money and of income. You could be thinking of new ways to make money. You could be getting a new job. You could be making money from home or with family members. Maybe a family member tells you like, hey, I know this job, and they help and get you on at the job, and it pays more. So now you have a new form of income. You could be, doubling up on your forms of income during this time. You could be feeling exhausted from work too, a burnout from work, needing to cool, needing to rest when it comes to themes of work and of money. You could be having new things play out around banks, around financial institutions, themes around receiving. The second house rules being able to receive. So like you could be receiving a gift, you could be receiving money, you could just be receiving anything, especially from like a family member or from people that you've known in your hometown or known just growing up. You could be looking into like new themes of like how to make yourself more beautiful and how to make yourself more comfortable, new hairstyles, whatever makes you feel beautiful. You could definitely be indulging in that during this time, especially to like boost your confidence and your self-worth. Second house rules these things. So like you could be walking down the street or something, or it's somewhere in your hometown, or a family member compliments you and it boosts your self-esteem. You could also be possessing new things during this time, taking possession of something, of someone as well. That's also going to be playing out. Some people, some Geminis are going to be possessing someone during this time. Whether it's a person or a material thing. You could be, buying yourself a material item or someone else is buying you something. You could definitely be shopping during this time or just having the itch to want to shop for something, buy something during this time, spend some money during this time. You could definitely be thinking about your values and your worth, or reevaluating people in your life and how you see them, how you see their worth. This could definitely be a time where like you could meet someone from like them complimenting you, or maybe you like the confidence of a certain type of person and you guys are just drawn to each other during this time. This could also be a time where like you are securing more stability in your life. So like maybe it's not a job, maybe it's something else that makes you feel more secure, an item that makes you feel like, oh, I made it, maybe a Birkin or like a pair of shoes or whatever you find to be fancy, to be beautiful. You possess that item and now you're feeling more secure. You're feeling like, oh, I made it during this time. Overall, Geminis, this beautiful Cancer full moon is here to bring more beauty into your life. Happy full moon, Geminis. Next, we have the Cancers. Hello, beautiful Cancers. This is our full moon. I can say that because I'm a Cancer sun at 14 degrees. This full moon is at 13 degrees. So this is our full moon, our time to shine, our time to feel famous, to feel beautiful, to express ourselves, to be loved, to share love, to have full emotions. You Cancers, let me rewind it back. Cancers will be experiencing this full moon in our first house, or in your first house. So this is a time where you could be focused on yourself in your inner world, thinking of themes of your inner world, of your body, of your identity, how you identify yourself, reclaiming your identity. So if you always seen yourself as the naive person, or let's say people have seen you as naive, or whatever they have perceived you as, you are just reevaluating that, thinking about that, or you're reclaiming who you truly are during this time and standing up on that and making people stand up on that as well, making them understand like you're not this naive person. You may have came into this world with curiosity, but don't mistake that curiosity for being naive. This is you experiencing things all over again. And that doesn't mean that you're naive. That means that you are learning and you're letting people know, like, this is who I am. The first house is a house of like first impressions, or just impressions, period. How people see you, how they perceive you. This could be a time you are focused on your appearance and how you dress. Maybe you want to dress more soft or more stern, depending on where you are leaning, or what placements that you have, whether it's on that Capricorn side, or especially with like Venus being in Capricorn during this time, like wanting to dress more sophisticated or professional, especially just depending on like what placements you have towards that. But on the other hand, with Cancer, you could want to be dressed more feminine, more soft, more free and bubbly, and pink and pastel. It just depends on what placements you have. Ooh, excuse me, guys. This is a time where like you could be having new beginnings play out, new actions. You could be passionate about something, or you could be arguing about something during this time. Feeling a little anger. I know I was feeling a little bit earlier, and I was like, I can't put my finger on what I'm exactly mad at, but I was like, just give me a minute. I need to I need to think about this first before I just go off and just start yelling, and not yelling, but just going off and talking about anything, you know, because like I said, you guys, I'm an Aquarius rising and a Mercury, and I have my Mercury in Gemini, so I can really go off. I really have to think, write things out for me to like really just get a clear thought. And you guys could be experiencing that as well, where you just like, you know what, let me pause and take a moment, and then I'm gonna come back with how I'm feeling, and we could talk this out or have this conversation. Or some cancers are gonna be like, forget the thinking this out, I'm about to cuss you out. Some cancers are gonna be feeling that way during this time. This could be a time where like you could be meeting someone new during this time if you are single, or you could be having something new play out in your relationship, cancers, to where like you and your partner are, you know, even something from the past, because like I said, the Jupiter is in Cancer, and then this moon, they're coming together. So this could definitely be a time where like you are wanting to bring up something from the past, or someone else is bringing up something from the past that may have wounded them, or something that needs more healing up on, and just bringing it up in your relationships. Or if you are single, this is a destined time to meet a soulmate, someone who feels sacred during this time. This is also a time where like you could be making money from home. You could be meeting someone in your hometown, or through like a family member, someone who feels like family. You guys are coming together, getting closer. You could be healing stuff with family. You could be completing things in your life. It doesn't matter like what you're completing, whether it's like a course, or whether it's, you know, a healing training. You could just be having a completion in your life, or feeling like, oh, I completed, or I, you know, got that task done. This is a time of harvest, so you could be feeling that harvest, you know, full feeling, or feeling more wise, more having more wisdom and more opportunities and luck. Overall, cancers, this Cancer full moon is about you. It's about healing you. It's about feeling more empowered and stepping into who you're meant to be in this new year. So happy Cancer full moon, Cancers. The next sign is going to be Leos. So Leos, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your 12th house. This is the hidden house. It is the house of the subconscious mind. It is the house of like illusions and isolation. So this could be a time where like you are healing from these type of things. You're healing from isolation, or you are healing from delusions or from lies that people have told you, especially like within relationships, or just people like you're close with, or people within your family. Like maybe you come from a family that's just always like used to sweeping stuff under the rug, that type of thing, and you are healing from that. You're like, you know, no more, I'm not going to be that type of person. And you are, you know, stepping into something new, into not just this new year, but this could be a time where you've been stepping into something new, and now it's a time where like people, especially like in your family or in your hometown, are like feeling it, or they're really, or you are being called to stand on business when it comes to that. Like maybe someone challenges something, or brings up something of you from the past. And because like I've had something play out to where like I was sitting out, and my sister had brought up something, because I was like, yeah, I'm more of a calm person. And my sister was like, calm? That's not you. And I was like, I understand that growing up that wasn't me, but now that I'm an adult and I've come into myself, I am more calm. I've regulated my nervous system and that type of thing. And that made her go, oh, you know what? Maybe, this is her, because we have had time to step apart and now we come back together as far as like isolation or being apart, and then you come back together and you re-meet the person, because we're always evolving. Not everybody is evolving, okay? But if you if you're conscious, you're evolving. And some people, they don't evolve with you. Some people don't see your growth. Some people choose not to see your growth as well. And this could definitely be a time where like you are embodying that, and you're making other people stand on business about that. You're making people understand like, this is who I am. You either accept it or you don't. Either way, this is who I am. This could be a time where like you are having like international, if things play out, or like something from a different country, those type of things play out. This could be a time where things were hidden are coming to the light during this time, okay? This could be a time where things of the subconscious, or the of the Akashic records, things are like, now let me before I say this, not everybody has had a past life, but a lot of souls up on this earth have. And you could be having like themes that play out from like your other lives. You could be experiencing those type of things play out in during this time, and you're like, whoa, that felt like deja vu, or whoa, did I do that before? That type of experience. You could be having spiritual experience, especially sacred type of experiences during this time, that make you feel like you're coming to home, or you're coming to more into yourself or into your inner world. You could be having miracles play out during this time, or some people are going to be, indulging in some drugs during this time. I don't mean to laugh, but I'm one of those people who laugh through the pain. So some people will be indulging in those things, and some people will be getting clean from those type of things, be cleansing out. Some people will be drinking, especially with the 12th house having ties to like water, especially with this Cancer full moon. Drinking during this time, especially with the New Year's and celebrating too, like just drinking and having more fantasy up in their lives during this time. Some people will be making money isolated. Some people will just feel isolated. Some people will want to isolate themselves. Some people are going to be in hospitals. Some people are going to be in jails. Some people are going to be depressed during this time, unfortunately, and emotional. But some people are also going to be empathetic when it comes to like Leo and Leo energy. Some people are going to be empathetic. They're going to be healing during this time. They're going to be going in. They're going to be seeking out people who are healers, or who are like hypnotherapists. Someone who is trained to go deep into your subconscious mind and help you recover from whatever it is that may be plaguing you or may be hidden from you, and helping you heal through that. And sometimes you don't even need to go to like a professional. There are different meditations that you can listen to up on your own that'll help you through this. Overall, Leos, this Cancer, I almost said something else. This Cancer full moon is here to help you heal subconsciously and deeply. So happy full moon, Leos. The next sign is going to be the Virgos. Virgos, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your 11th house. So this could be a time where you are meeting new friends, where you are experiencing new rewards. You could be connecting with people, networking with people who are in your hometown, or people that you dreamed of networking with. This could be a time where like some Virgos are gonna have some like DNA result news that like shocks them. Some people are just gonna be watching something like paternity court or something, and some DNA result news shocks them, and they're like, whoa, I did not see that coming. That type of, it just depends on like your makeup of how small or how big this play out, because some Virgos are going to be having DNA result news where they found out like, oh, this is my dad, you know, something serious, or oh, this is my mom, or that type of thing that plays out. These are my parents type of thing. Some Virgos are going to be researching during this time, researching anything, any type of topics, but especially when it comes to like nurturing and healing and those type of topics are going to be researched during this time, having shocks that play out, unique situations that make them gasp, or something unexpected that plays out in their lives during this time. There are some Virgos who like have felt like the underdog. They're going to be rising up during this time and feeling themselves and really gaining the rewards that they've been working so hard to achieve. There are some Virgos that are going to be achieving their goals, and there's some Virgos that are going to be setting new goals during this time. And there are some Virgos who are going to be meeting people, especially if they're single, meeting people at events. So if you get invited to parties or events, this for a Virgo is definitely the time to go to that party, go to that event. Something beautiful, faded could be playing out during this season, during this time. And like I said, the full moon is today, but this could also be like a week up into Cancer season, because moons are cycles. So like if you are a Virgo, definitely go to that wherever someone is inviting you out at, or where you're at an audience or like in a group or something. You could definitely be meeting someone new. Or you, if you are with someone, you and your partner could be going to more events during this time and really loving up on each other, building your relationship, discovering something new about each other during this time. This is definitely the time of the unexpected, and you could be finding love in unexpected places during this time. Like it doesn't have to be like a partner or something. You could be, you know, maybe if you have a kid, your kid comes up to you and smiles, and you just feel so at home or at peace within yourself because of that. Or maybe, you know, it could be a random person down the street or within your hometown, or someone you knew growing up, and then you see that person or re-meet them again, and you guys have a conversation that is just healing, and you guys become friends off of that, and that type of thing plays out for you. Overall, Virgos, this Cancer full moon is here to light up the rewards and bring you new discoveries. So happy full moon, Virgos. Next, we have Libras. Libras, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your 10th house. So you could be having themes play out around your career. So you could be starting something new in your career, or you could be ending something in a certain type of career, a certain type of field in your life. You could be ending it. You could be having new things play out in your reputation, how people see you, how they perceive you. Maybe people perceived you as a nurturing person and they no longer see you like that anymore, or vice versa. People really didn't know how to perceive you, and now they see you as this nurturing, this healing type of person. So this is definitely a time where some type of news or something can be playing out in the public that changes people's perspective of you and how they see you. You could also be out in public during this time. Now, if you're single, you could be meeting someone while out in public during this time. Or if you are with someone, this is definitely a good time for you and your partner to be out in the public, to be doing something like at like a concert, or like maybe you go to like something where, you know, public people are at, like a restaurant or something, and you guys are just reconnecting, falling more in love. Or some people, you might go to a restaurant and you see some people are arguing there or something. Or something plays out in the public where it can be very passionate, or it could be very rageful during this time. This could be a time where like you could be doing something new in business, doing something new within a company, like getting promoted in a company. Something new could be playing out with your boss, or maybe your boss is just being more friendly, more loving, more nurturing to the team during this time. You could definitely be having themes play out around authoritative figures, like maybe police officers, detectives, or those type of themes where they may be seeing you in a different light during this time. This is definitely a time where like father figures and how your father raised you, or his father, or parenting, or maybe you are becoming a father, or you know a father in your life, and you are talking to this person about fatherhood, about parenting, about that, their approach to it, or your approach to fatherhood, and how that has shaped you in your life. Or just really an infant's, not an infant's, but a notion on fatherhood during this time, and how sacred that feels to you. Maybe fatherhood is your sacred duty, and you're taking that responsibility more serious during this time. You could definitely be building something with an existing partner, or building something with anyone during this time. The 10th house is about building. It's about building up on something. It's about structure and stability, especially with this Cancer full moon, building something with someone and standing up on that and making sure that it's strong and that it's firm and that it lasts the test of time. This could also be a time where you can be starting something new in family business and how you make money, starting your own business as well. This could also be a time of restrictions or feeling restricted. Like maybe you're on the phone call with something and you're just like, ugh, every time I get to something, I get redirected here, or get redirected here. Just feeling restricted in a small type of way or in a big type of way, you know. Maybe like by an authoritative figure who, like a father figure, is restricting you from something maybe that they have, or out of their will or something. So this, it depends on your astrological makeup, Libras, how you are feeling restricted during this time. This is definitely a time of structure and stability. And overall, Libra, this Cancer full moon is here to strengthen you, to rebuild that inner strength inside of you, so that you can carry that within this new year. So happy full moon, Libras. The next sign is going to be Scorpios. Scorpios, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon. Oh, we're at 52 minutes, you guys. This Cancer full moon in your ninth house. So, Scorpios, you could be learning something new during this time. You could be learning something that helps nurtures you, that helps heals you. You could be teaching something to someone else, and it helps, you know, heal them. It helps nurture them. It helps teaches another person to be better, to feel better about themselves, or to understand their emotions more. This is definitely a time where you could be seen as the guru, or you are gravitating towards gurus, whether it's a cooking guru, a spiritual guru, any type of guru. You could be gravitating to wise people during this time and taking in from them and learning from these type of people. This is a perfect time to learn from the wise, from grandmothers and great grandmothers and ancestors as well, and connecting with them in that type of way, especially with the ninth house having ties to be spiritual and religion. You could even learn something new from a pastor, even if that's like not your faith. I've had experiences where like I was conversing. Now I am a spiritual minister. I'm a registered minister. So I've had experiences with other pastors where I've spoken with them, and they'll be like, "Oh, you know, you spoke so well at the funeral, or you spoke so well at the wedding," because I do funerals and weddings. And they'll be like, "Oh, where do you preach?" And I'm like, "I preach right on YouTube, or I preach wherever I'm called to preach." And I enlighten them on my ministry, and that I'm a spiritual minister, and I preach anywhere to anyone who, and let them know that we're all connected under God's light. Whatever, however you see God, as source, or the universe, whatever, it's all one, and we're all one. So like this could be a time where like you're enlightening those type of people, people who are wise, or who are pastors, or those type of people. You're letting them know something new, maybe a perspective or a belief that they never contemplated on, but they see your light, they see where you're coming from. So there's like literally no need to argue you about it. They respect you, and you know, they see your wisdom. This could be a time where you could be traveling. People, especially family members, could be traveling to you, or you're traveling to your hometown during this time. The ninth house rules like long distance travel, or you could be planning to travel, thinking about these type of things, a dream destination travel. This could be a time where you could be having court, like jury duty or something, or you could literally be having court. But this could also be a time where like the judge loves you, or they really see, you know, the light, the goodness, the healing in you, the redemption in you. This could be a time where like you could be expanding your family. So like having a baby during this time, especially with like the Sirius star being so fertile, you could definitely be having a kid. So watch out during this time if that's not something that you're trying to do. Or you could be fertile and like, well, we're talking about family right now, but maybe you're older, maybe a grandchild or a niece or a nephew, and that's how you're expanding your family, especially if like you're close with your sibling, and your sibling is someone that you've taught, you know, things growing up with, and now you know like this, you know, this auntie's TT baby, you know, you're gonna be watching them, and this expands you in a way. It expands how you nurture others in your life. This could be a time where like you could be expanding your home as well, like getting a bigger home, or like maybe there's some renovations or fix ups in a home. Maybe you bought some type of appliance, like maybe you even bought like a jacuzzi or something, and that's definitely a way of expanding your home, bringing more healing, more nurturing, more water and fluid things that really connect you within the home, that make you feel more healed in that type of way. This could be a time where you could be publishing something, posting more. You could even be going viral during this time. Like even if it's like 5,000, 10,000 views or something, you could definitely be posting something and it takes off. Or maybe you commented on something and people are like liking it a lot, or they're saying stuff underneath your comments during this time, especially with this full moon being conjunct the Sirius star of fame. You could definitely be having a moment of fame where people are just gravitating to you and they seeing you in a different light, or they believe in you during this time. This is definitely a time for like beliefs in your philosophy, and as well as higher education to overall. Scorpios, this Cancer full moon is here to teach you something new so that you can share that with others. Next, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your 8th house. So you could definitely be transforming during this time, especially in your inner world. If you like been thinking of something, been coming up with something, or maybe you've been a person that's seen things negatively, and or people have seen you as the person that sees things negatively, and you've been changing that in your inner world, and now it's time to reflect that on the outside, where others are like, okay, this person is not the same person that they were before. They have done a whole complete change of who they are. You are definitely transforming, whether others see it or not during this time. This is a time of like deep healing, especially from things that have been traumatic in your life, whether it's early childhood or now, or something that you've experienced. You could be taking the initiative to heal. In some, unfortunately, some Sagittarius are going to be traumatized during this time, or have something play out that's just like, that brings them trauma, or that triggers their trauma, and it makes them realize like, okay, I need to heal. You know, I didn't realize it before, but now I know now, like, I need to heal from this. This is a time of like, for Sagittarius to rebirth themselves, to, and you could be having dreams about being rebirthed, about, you know, coming into a new light, into a new self. This is a time to be feeling sexy for the Sagittarius. Sagittarius already be feeling themselves. So this is definitely a time where you could be feeling more sexy, more intimate, more taboo, and you could be, you know, having more sex during this time as well. with other partners, and well, of course with other partners and stuff. But you could be making money in more taboo ways, more occultic ways during this time, or you could be meeting people in that type of way. Like maybe some Sagittarius are going to get back with their ex. Let's just speak on it. Some Sagittarius are going to do that, but some Sagittarius are going to connect with someone on a deep level, an intimate level that won't may not require sex, but you just connect with that type of person on that type of way. Some Sagittarius are going to be thinking about their debt that they have, or taboo topics, or occult, like alternative topics that people don't want to talk about during this time, and they bring it up and they want to speak on the truth about it, and the truth heals people in a way that others were not expecting. So don't be afraid to speak your truth, Sagittarius, during this time. It's needed. This is a time where like you could be thinking about or having different feelings about others' resources, like an allowance. Some people get a trust fund or inheritance, or thinking about your taxes. I know some people are thinking about their taxes during this time, or having sudden wealth come up on them, or like maybe they win the lottery. Now on that, some people have it up in their charts, especially if you have certain aspects or placements or asteroids that line up. Some people will have it in them to win the lottery. Some people don't have it in them to win the lottery, to have play games of risk. But the 8th house is about sudden gains, especially up on this Sirius star. I definitely recommend that some, especially if you have it. Now, mind y'all, the universe do not like energy when you playing out of desperation, or you don't have it to give and you give it all. Especially giving up the home for something temporary. Like, universe don't like that. You want to be operating from a place of, I knew this was always going to happen. This, I know miracles are possible for me type of energy. And when you are doing these type of things, or especially a gut feeling. Cancer rules the gut, the home, the inner world. If you are feeling that during this time, and you know it's up in you to win something, this is definitely the time where you want to act up on that energy. This is also a time where you could be written in people's wills, or thinking about your own wills, themes around fears and loans as well, taking up on loans or completing loans. Is definitely a time where some people can be completing loans. Some people will have sudden losses, unfortunately, during this time, where somebody passes away, or you attend a funeral. And some people will be feeling darkness, and some people will be coming out of the darkness and transforming. Overall, Sagittarius, this Cancer full moon is here to transform you into a new healing light. Happy full moon, Sagittarius. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. This cold, it's been trying to get me, but I'm almost out of it. Next, we have Capricorns. Capricorns, you're going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your 7th house. You are opposite signs of Cancer. Some people say sister signs. I say both opposites and sisters, the opposite sisters, or brother signs, and however you see the masculine or feminine, it don't matter to me. But yes, definitely connected to the Cancers. So where they are experiencing the 1st house, you are experiencing in the 7th house of relationships and connecting with others. So this could definitely be a time where, like, you could be having breakups, you could be having arguments that could lead to breakups, that could lead to, arguments, or maybe your partner remembers something from the past and they bring it up. Like I spoke about the Cancer, Jupiter retrograding right now and meeting up with the Cancer moon, which they are conjunct right now. This could definitely be a time where your partner brings up something from the past, or you bring up something from the past, or maybe you experience something from the past and you see that in your playing out in your current partner, and you have to address those type of themes during this time. This could definitely be a time where you are doing stuff that new in the relationship. You're wanting to try something new, or you could be having challenges within your relationships. Now, some Capricorns are going to have certain challenges that bring the relationship stronger, more together, and some Capricorns are going to be having challenges that break up the relationship. So it just depends on your astrological makeup, in your experiences as well. That's the most important part, what you and that other person came to experience together. So you guys could be, you know, deepening your relationship together, becoming stronger from this, or letting it go and moving on to the next phase. This is definitely a fated time to meet someone, especially with, if you have like Capricorn between 10 to 16 degrees, especially if it's making an aspect, a trine to the South Node. You could be meeting someone that you've experienced in the past, or within other experiences, and other, as far as in other lives, or someone in your, like, your early life. This could even be a time where some Capricorns are going to be meeting someone that, you know, is temporary, but someone that they still needed to experience in this lifetime. So like that thing could be, that type of theme could be playing out for Capricorns. Capricorns could also be making new commitments during this time. New, especially like commitments and contracts, business partners, more balance in their lives, more sacred, divine, feminine, motherhood type of energy. You could be embodying that, or you could be connecting with a woman who embodies that type of energy, or just someone who embodies that energy. This could also be a time where like you could be getting married, thinking about marriage, taking your commitment and marriage more serious. And if that is like something that you just don't want to incorporate, maybe you are taking up on a spiritual type of commitment with someone where like maybe you are, oh, excuse me, y'all, maybe you make a vow to the universe, to God, with this person, to commit to this person, and you know, you don't do no papers or no government involved, even though Capricorns, you know, not all Capricorns so will mess with the government, you know, just because Capricorn's about structure. That don't mean all Capricorns are gonna like all structure. But this could be a time where like you could be, you know, engaging in a relationship and deepening your connection with this person without involving the law within it. This could also be a time where like you could be experiencing more fairness in a relationship. And this could also be a time of like oppositions, of people, opponents, people that you don't like. Maybe they're coming out of nowhere and they're saying something, or you could be healing these type of things, like where you are like, I don't even care to beef with this type of person anymore, and just letting it go and releasing those type of people from your life. Overall, Capricorns, this Cancer full moon is here to connect you with the right type of people to build something with, especially up in this new year. So happy new year and happy full moon, Capricorns. Next, we have the Aquariuses. Aquarius, you're going to be feeling this. Oh, I got a message. You're going to be experiencing this full moon in your 6th house. So, ooh, I just took a breath of, you could be feeling more healed. And that's so crazy because I'm an Aquarius rising and I'm sick, or I'm not even gonna claim that. I just been congested lately, and I just like was able to take a good deep breath of air. Ooh, claiming the healing. Okay, so Aquarius risings could be experiencing better health, feeling more healed during this time, exercising, working out, you know, focusing up on their body and making their, you know, making themselves more healthier, more healed, speaking those type of themes into their life. This could be a time where you get a new job, you do new things at work, you have completions at work. You could be ending a job too during this time. Themes around your coworkers, themes that play out in your daily life, like habits. If you've always been a person that smoked, maybe you are cutting back on that. You want to cleanse, you want to do a detox from that. new themes that play on your daily life that, you know, maybe you go on a walk every Tuesday or every morning. You go on a walk. This helps benefit you, or you start to incorporate meditation more into your life, or themes that cleanse you, like more cleansing ceremonies, more, especially like incorporating that when you drink your water or when you are taking a bath. During, I know me, I'm gonna take a good cleansing bath after this, you guys. But ooh, maybe you guys are incorporating that within yourself in your routines during this time. The sixth house rules routines. It rules routes. You can be taking new routes during this time, especially like a new route in life, or maybe you're driving and you're familiar with your hometown and where you're driving at, and now you see that there's construction going on and they're building a new road. So like now you have to take a new route, or you have to experience a new route. So things can be playing on a smaller scale, or you taking a whole new route in life on a bigger grand scale. So it just depends on your astrological makeup and what placements you have aspecting certain placements that are playing out during this time. This could be a time where you have themes play out around animals, where they're more nurturing, more loving, or you feel more nurturing and loving to an animal. Maybe an animal comes to you and it needs help. It's got a hurt paw or something, and you're being called to help heal that animal during this time. Or you could be called of service during this time. Sixth house is rules themes of service, whether it's labor or sacred service or sacred duty, a sacred responsibility that you have to do. Like maybe it's being put up on you to go to grandma's house, and you take grandma to bingo every Tuesday or wherever she needs, and that's your sacred duty to, you know, let be that bridge to take grandma out so that she can still experience more fun. And then later on, because of this moon has ties to like longevity, grandma puts you in the will, or you know, that type of thing. And or grandma gives you something to remember her by always. So like those type of sacred duties that where you carry on those type of themes. Oof, sorry you guys. This could be a time where you are volunteering, you're taking on new responsibilities, or you could be like making sacrifices. The sixth house rules like paying attention to detail, so you could be beautifying things by paying attention to detail, making sure things are right, making sure things are fixed, making sure that you are up on your job, that you are doing things, you know, precisely in the way that they need to go during this time. Overall, Aquariuses, this Cancer full moon is here to put you to work, but it's sacred work that you are meant to do and align you with greatness in this new year of 2026. Happy full moon, Aquariuses. Ooh. And last but never least, Pisces. Pisces, you are going to be experiencing this Cancer full moon in your fifth house. I love the fifth house. I have my son in the fifth house. I'm super bonded with the fifth house. So who better to teach you that the fifth house is about your talents, especially being tied to the Sirius star that is being potent out during this time. And Pisces, most Pisces people will have their Jupiter in the fifth house along with this Cancer full moon coming together. So you could be expanding upon something big during this life, or building something that, you know, that expands you, that makes you feel more full, more knowledgeable, more wisdom in your life. This could definitely be a time where like you are having more joy, you're experiencing more fun, you're experiencing more entertainment or entertainers. This could be a time when you run into an entertainer during this time, someone who, you know, is in the entertainment industry, and you know, you show them your art, and you know, you have this faded experience with this person, and it builds your confidence and it makes you want to be more creative and create things. Now, mind you, on the creative part, some Pisces people are going to be fertile during this time. So use that fertile energy wisely. If you want to create a baby, this is perfect timing for that. If you don't, you know, use that creative energy for projects, something that you want to pour into, something that you are passionate about. You guys are lucky during this time. So this could be a time where you want to gamble. Now, as I've mentioned before, you really need to look in your birth chart, and you could research these things, certain aspects, certain asteroids, certain placements in your birth chart that are more favorable for you to win the lottery, or play games of risk, or be up in competitions and and come out a winner. I recommend knowing your experiences that you're meant to do in this lifetime before just jumping ahead and just doing certain things, because it makes it, you know, when you know that you're in alignment to win something, it makes it more easy for you to just, you know, follow your gut feeling and do what you are in alignment to do. Some people are gonna, you know, have aspects that favor them to win the lottery, and some people are gonna have aspects where it's like, okay, it won't be this season of your life, you know, where you're meant to win something. It'll be next season where you're meant to win something. But the fifth house rules gambling, it rules taking risk, it rules risky money and lottery. So this could be a time where you're making risky money, whichever way, you know, you see money as you know, making risky money. We won't talk about that here on YouTube because, you know, censorship. But you know, this could be a time where you are making risky money, or you could be taking risk in love. So like maybe someone that you know you shouldn't be with, but you are with, or maybe someone that others feel you shouldn't be with. And you're like, you know what, I'm going to take this risk because I love this person and I'm going to see it through. That type of thing could be playing out. This could be a time where like you could, if you're single, you are, you know, connecting with someone, more romance, more flirting during this time, especially flirting and just lovey-dovey, that type of energy. Uh, hopefully that was still speaking. Okay. And the phone had to tell me that it's going on 10%, but we're almost there, you guys. More creativity. I think I already spoke on that. If you have children, this will be a time where you are focused upon your children. And if you don't have children, this will be a time where you are like conception time, where you are creating children during this time. The fifth house rules not only things of creativity, but people that we create things with. So like not someone that you are committed to, but someone that you've created something with, like a baby mother, a father of your child, a mother of your child, BD, those type of people. You could be having arguments with those type of people, or you could be feeling passionate with those type of people, more loving new structures or completions with these type of people during this time. This could also be a time of like games. So like it's, you know, some people could be trying to run a game on you, and then you could be trying to run a game on some people, you know, just depending on who you are, you know, that type of thing. And what else? Art and hobbies. You could be playing out these things. This is definitely a time where you could be having good fortune during this time. So use that luck wisely. This is also a time where, like, you know, you could be going to a game, going to like a show or something, and somewhere where entertainers are going to be and feeling entertained about it. Overall, Pisces, this Cancer full moon is here to bring you more joy into your 2026. So happy new year and happy full moon, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining along, for listening, for watching. This channel has been through a lot. It's been through a lot. And I'm grateful for those who joined on to the chat. Grateful for your words. Hello, you guys, and good night. This is the end of it. So until next time, you guys, bye.